しかし、このお宅の警備もなかなか物々しいですね。
As Usami pointed out, there are always groups of people patrolling the house. One stationed in the front, 3 in the garden, and each of them carrying a different weapon.
やはりヤクザさんの偉い人ともなると、代わりの効かないお体なんでしょうね。
That aside, I'm impressed by how much you found.
はあ、これでゴンゾーさんに役立たず扱いされなければいいんですが。
You concentrated on the envelope rather than the letter. That already proves you are smart enough.
ですかね。あまり褒めないでもらえると嬉しいです。
She looked somehow displeased. It's almost time. Should we call a cab?
電車の方が早いでしょう。
We left swiftly for the subway station.
坊ちゃん、そっちの女性は坊ちゃんの色ですかい？
Horibe asked me with a smile. It was already 3 in the afternoon. We met Horibe inside the arena. Me, Usami, Horibe and 5 of his men were there. They didn't really look all that bad. Their builds and facial features were fairly typical. They could pass for average citizens at a passing glance.
あ、ザイさん、自分色とか言われてるんですけど。
I see your mouth is foul as ever, Horibe.
おや、違うんですか。そいつは失礼。
Horibe narrowed his thin eyes even more, awaiting my orders. Alright, let's split up. We need to search all seats that contain the number 5, no matter if it's 35 or 52. Search it. If you spot any suspicious people, call me right away, okay?
マオは背の高い青年なんでしたっけ？
Yes, but we might be dealing with a different agent this time.
ってことは、5のつく席に座ってる野郎全員に梨をつけなきゃならんですね。
The first thing to check would be that the name of the person and the name on the ticket match. The popularity of figure skating is very high, so tonight's tickets were sold out moments after they opened the box office. Maou probably got his tickets through an internet auction or something like that.
でしたら、適当に怪しいやつをしょっぴいて、魔王だの脅迫状だの、犯人しか知らないようなことを釜かけてみますわ。
Horibe might be a sinister man, but one can't hold onto the number 2 seat in Gonzo's organization without also bearing a cunning mind. This might take a while. Still, I hope that everyone can lay low, try not to cause any trouble.
承知してますよ。カノンお嬢ちゃんの晴れ舞台を邪魔しちゃいけねえってことくらい。
あるいは、
Usami spoke.
席が空いていたとしても調べてもらえますか？何か不審なものが置かれていないか。
You mean like a paper bag? Usami shook her head.
その5という数すら、そもそも客席の番号とは何の関係もないかもしれませんが。
But it's still a lot better than just letting this play through, and realistically, we can pretty much be sure that Ikoko-san is his target.
おっしゃる通りです。では動きましょう。
Horibe shouted and the man scattered.
浅井さん？ちょっと顔色が悪そうですが。
Yeah, I was just up with Kanon until late last night. I can't even walk straight.
そうですか。無理しないでくださいね。
Usami left me with the words, I'll call you when I find something, and vanished around the corner of the corridor. You certainly are the right person. Thank you very much for your cooperation. I bowed to the lady seated at F51. The arena is so huge it takes over 10 or 15 minutes just to get from one place to the next. Once the competition starts, we'll only be able to ask spectators between programs, and will become even more time-consuming. We are pretending to be playing claw the security guards. If the real guards find out, there's going to be big trouble. And to top it all, even in cases where the spectator and the ticket match, we can't let our guard down. I've already questioned 6 people, and any one of them might be Mao's accomplice. This is a very laborious task. What a congregation! Mephistopheles obeyed Mao's orders and left seat C5. As he stood up, a yell suddenly came from the seat behind him. It was a fat, middle-aged woman. I have to try my best not to draw any attention. Mephistopheles bent down, lowered his head, and walked toward the passage on the second floor. The audience was stunningly huge. And for what? Some meaningless prancing? To Mephistopheles, the only true sport was the national game of Japan, sumo. He had already sat through Mao's spiel explaining the draw of figure skating. It's both a sport and art. The history of figure skating could be traced back to ancient times. Maou had even told him about the oldest known pair of ice skates in the world, a pair made from animal bones which are now preserved in the British Museum. The entire discourse slipped from Mephistopheles' mind immediately thereafter, though. The only persistent information was about the athlete Azai Kanon. To put it simply, Azai Kanon was a source of income for a criminal organization. Maou had called her a lost cause. Mephistopheles felt the same way. Criminal groups, actions, and ideals aren't ideals at all. These organizations are merely gangs trying to turn a profit. They snatch money from the weak in order to make a living out of a life of crime. When an enterprise brings misfortune to someone, lobbyists and interest groups, not unlike Mephistopheles, drive their advertisement-riddled vans around the city, eventually stopping at the doorstep of said enterprise and blasting out some cacophony in protest of their actions. As soon as the organization promises to support the interest group with capital, the harassment stops and continues somewhere else. In Mephistopheles' opinion, the existence of people who value only money, yet armor themselves in false ideals, has stained the concept of interest groups. Maou made his beliefs about Azai Kanon very clear. Once Kanon has disappeared, we will be one step closer to achieving social justice. Also, Kanon wasn't the sort of athlete that represented our nation. She even showed a contemptuous attitude toward the audience. Mephistopheles could understand Mao's feelings. A friend's indignation would be his flare of rage. So he followed the plan and strode down the Eisel. It was 9:15 in the evening. Kanon's free skate was about to start. The corridors were nearly deserted as the spectators were all racked with anticipation in the arena. I rendezvoused with Usami. How's it coming?
いえ、まるでダメです。怪しい人って言いますけど、どっちかっていうと自分の方が怪しいですから。
Usami finally recognized herself as a strange person. There are too few clues. We've got nothing but the number 5, the words paperback, and the ko in Ikoko-san.
多すぎるくらいだとも思いますがね。
She mumbled to herself.
さっき警備の人にさすがに捕まえられましたよ。やっぱり世界の選手が集まるだけあって、それなりに警戒されてるんですね。
It might be about time to stop then.
自分は尋問とか苦手でしてね。
That would be because it's hard enough as is to just have a conversation with you.
こんな時にユキでもいれば。
There's still 15 minutes before the deadline of 9 o'clock.
はい。
Then my phone suddenly rang. It was Horibe. An empty seat, a brown bag. Is it a paperback?
マジっすか?
It was a point that she herself made, but now she's standing there, shocked. Understood. I'll head over right now. C5, right? The audience was in a stir. Kanon's performance had just ended. The free skate is only 4 minutes long. To the performer and the audience, it might be a long period of time, but it passes in the blink of an eye when Usami and I were rushing to meet Horibe.
いやー、さすがカノンでした。素晴らしい。
Oh, shut up! You weren't even watching. Just like the spectators around us, Usami clapped excitedly. Judging by the audience's reaction, Kanon's victory is all but hers, as expected. I took a look at the screen that showed the points awarded. Sure enough, Kanon had the lead. There's still one contestant who hasn't performed yet, but based on her performance yesterday, she has no chance of beating Kanon. Which means Maou should be making his move. I walked to Horibe's side and took a look at the seat. C5 was empty.
一応手はつけないで見張っておきました。星がのこのこ戻ってくるかもしれませんしね。
As we spoke, the last competitor began her performance. In the dead, silent arena, it was best to stop the chattering. The clock kept on ticking, but I was hesitant to just sit down and wait patiently. The moment the soothing classical music stopped, we started moving again. Comfortably drowned out by the loud applause, Usami dashed for the seat. She grabbed the bag under the seat and spoke immediately.
何か入っています。中を開けてみましょう。
It was a small paper bag with a department store label on it. What if it's a bomb?
ええ、本当なら警察の方にお渡ししたいものですが、堀部さんが許さないでしょうね。しかし、例えば今この場で 私を含め無関係な人を爆弾で吹き飛ばしたとしても、それがカノンの躍進を妨害することにはならないと思います。
I suppose that's true. If somebody died, the tournament might cancel, but that wouldn't stop Kanon from moving on to the Olympics. Beyond that, the police our Maou seems to detest more than anything would start an investigation.
開けます。
I nodded and Usami tore apart the tape which sealed the paperback. Another letter? The bag contained nothing but a single piece of paper with the same texture as the thread letter. I stood beside Usami and read the words on the paper with her. Just like the letter Gonzo received, it was in horrible handwriting. To a dear comrade, you've already made sure of Asai Kanon's victory, correct? Here's your next task. The target is Kanesaki Ikuko. Leave the arena. Head to the staff entrance. Chaos should erupt when the fans start waiting for the skaters to come out. Indeed, it will be so chaotic that if someone were to die, no one would be able to tell who did it. Be especially careful when you use the dagger. One would die as if sleeping with a mere slice of the fingertip. A red carpet was being rolled out onto the ice and the awards ceremony was about to begin. On the highest step of the winner's platform was Kanon. Concentrate on guarding the staff entrance. I stared at Horibe. The accomplice who accepted Mao's orders was right there, getting ready to kill Ikoko-san. Horibe kicked into gear. He called his men and gave immediate instructions. Hey Usami, we should go too. Usami moved as well. However, she didn't climb the stairs of the seating section. Instead, she started talking with the person sitting behind C5.
そうですか。カーキ色のコート。30くらいの男性ですね。
そうよ。よく覚えているわ。前の人、いきなり席を立つんだもの。
何時頃でしたか？
瀬田真紀子が演技してたから。
今から10分くらい前ですね。8時40分くらいですか？
席に着いたと思ったらすぐにいなくなっちゃって。ほんと迷惑だわ。
Usami's response was very quick. She has already discovered what the accomplice looks like. Something felt wrong. Hey Usami, what's going on? Judging from the look on Usami's face as she turned back, I noticed how grim the situation was.
呪文。
She spoke with unchanging intonation.
おかしい。最初からおかしかった。しかし唯一の手がかりを追っていくしかなかった。あらかじめ敗北の決まっているチェスのゲーム。
What is she talking about? She mumbled as if talking to herself.
今すぐ止めてください。関係者通用口に向かっている皆さんをお願いです。早く。
Just like that? Why?
魔王は封筒にいくつも痕跡を残すようなヘマはしません。あの文章にしてもおかしい。ワープロ打ちではなく手書きというだけでも怪しいのに、妙に自慢げで程度の低い文面でした。そしてこの紙袋です。おそらくミスをしたのは魔王ではなく共犯者でしょう。
There's a mistake on the back? I picked it up right away.
ガムテープです。
Ah, I finally understood.
まず優れた犯罪者というものはテープのように粘着性のあるものを嫌います。髪の毛、指紋、その他衣服の繊維なんかも知らず知らずのうちに付着されてしまうからです。何よりおかしいのは共犯者はこの魔王の指示を開封しないでどうやって確認したのでしょうか。
True, the bag was sealed up until the moment Usami opened it.
そもそももし共犯者が魔王の指示を確認したのなら、まずこの手紙を持ち去っているはずです。
Because it's in order to kill, leaving such a piece of evidence at the scene is too suspicious to be true.
しかし今確認したところ、8時40分頃に共犯者らしき男性がこの C の5の席に着いたようです。なぜでしょう。共犯者は何をしに現れたんでしょう。今言ったように魔王の指示を確認しに来たわけではありません。
Which means...
はい、この紙袋を置いたのは魔王ではなく共犯者なのです。我々の目を育子さんに向けさせるためにわざとこんな証拠を残したんです。
I nodded with approval, then looked at my watch. It was nearly 5 after 9.
急ぎましょう、浅井さん。これは罠です。
The first target marked to feel the wrath of Mephistopheles was a woman named Yoshida Kimiko. Though Kanesaki Ikuko was also an unforgivable woman, Yoshida was even worse. Yoshida was a follower of a famous religious organization. That organization exists as a parasite feeding off of Japan's political circle and contributes to the nation's corruption. Of course, though their atrocities never make it to the public eye, the existence of their crimes is a well-known fact. Long before accepting Mao's instructions, Mephistopheles had already planned out a way to punish Yoshida with the iron fist of justice. Yoshida manages a cafe near the skating arena. The time was drawing near. The methods were simple. Mephistopheles wrapped his fingers tightly around the vial. Maou had taught him the procedure to create the toxin. He was simply to throw the vial into the shop, allowing the liquid to diffuse into the air and form a deadly mist. Not only Yoshida, but the customers too, birds of a feather anyway, would all die. Perfect. In any case, Maou had really thought this through. He chose the moment right after the figure skating event. It had already been a pain just getting out of the arena. The area would soon be filled with mobs of people who didn't even know the meaning of the word patriotism. If one slipped into the crowd and boarded the subway in the immediate vicinity of the arena, there would be no worry of being caught no matter what came to pass. Mephistopheles had followed Mao's orders and placed the paper bag below the seat. In the brown bag was a phony instruction from Maou. It served only to throw the police off by indicating Kanesaki Ikoko as the target. He had never made eye contact with a single person in the arena. Well, the old lady behind him gave him a nasty glare when he stood up from his seat, but she wouldn't remember his face. After all, he had appeared as nothing more than an ordinary citizen. After a 10-minute walk, Mephistopheles arrived at a luxurious brick cafe. A cruel smile emerged on his face as he reached the front windows of the roadside shop. Within the cramped yet tidy sitting area, a few boys and girls sat at the bar and chatted with the bartender. He saw her, Yoshida Kimiko. His target was the fan. Die. He raised the vial over his head. Hesitation isn't necessary when making a kill. This wouldn't be the first time anyway. Someone started to shout frantically. Surprising calls of "That's the guy!" erupted behind him. "Hey you, stop right there!" they said. Mephistopheles looked back at their pointing fingers. Judging by their appearances, they seemed to be Yakuza. Their numbers multiplied. Curses came from all directions. Why? However, Mephistopheles was extremely calm. He put the vial back into his pocket and moved with the pedestrian traffic toward the subway station. His ticket had been bought beforehand. He moved slowly and orderly. He took the 9:05 train. It was stopped at the station right on time. Mephistopheles slowly boarded the subway car as planned. No, there had been a deviation from the plan. Yoshida was still alive. Why? How could this... By 9:30, the search for the accomplice had been called off.
ダメでしたか。お
What?
そらく地下鉄でしょう。電車の到着時刻もあらかじめ調べておいたとしか思えません。
I just skipped something. Usami was already gasping. Even so, you figured out that his real target was Yoshida-san? Usami shook her head in regret.
共犯者はあの席におよそ8時40分に現れました。会場から出るだけで10分はかかるとして、犯行予定時刻の9時まで残り10分ですね。となると最も危険なのは会場から10分程度の場所にいる人物です。この混雑ですからタクシーは当てにならないでしょう。バスも同じです。地下鉄は8時46分の1本を逃すと次は9時5分まで待たなくてはなりません。つまり共犯者は歩いて移動するはずです。アイスアリーナから歩いて10分程度の距離に住所を構えるのは吉田さんだけでした。
Though it was already past 9, Gonzo's troops' quick response was able to save her. They rushed to Yoshida Kimiko's cafe immediately and spotted a man in a khaki coat. Horrible spoke with a very depressed look.
すみませんね、坊ちゃん。不甲斐ないとこ見せちまって。
No, you've all given it your best. I report that to father.
逃げた男を目撃した方にお話を聞きたいのですが。
わかりやした。はい、この東郷。
He gave me my due respect, but his attitude toward his subordinates was a completely different beast. Usami started talking to one of Horibe's dumb fucks. After a while, the conversation ended.
じゃあ、自分らは報告もありますし、撤収しますわ。
I returned the bow and watched them leave.
残念ですが。
What is it?
聞けば 一瞬のことだったそうです。カーキ色のコートを着た男を見つけたと思ったら、いきなり喫茶店に向けて何か物を投げるような姿勢をとったんだそうです。顔はよく見えなかったが、年齢は30くらいで痩せている印象だったということで。
Osami sighed. If that's all we have, then this isn't going to be easy. Anyone could wear a khaki coat.
惜しかったのですよね。
So we're back to square one then?
いいえ、浅井さん。
Osami shook her head.
まだ手がかりはあるはずです。